get priority over which team you drive for during the following season. Set up a strategy advice from one of our own F1 Division drivers. Entry into the monthly competition is included with great prizes to be won each month. This includes the chances to win prizes from our sponsors, GTO Maker Racing and Gaming UK. Microsoft points are also available to be used for creating your very own XRL gamer tag. But it doesn't end there. You'll also get entry into the XRL Fantasy F1 League competition. There's also a 10% discount on all store items. There's also the membership zone and premium forum privileges, and also some exclusive podcasts and newsletters. All of this and more can be yours for just $2.49 a month, or for $24.99 for an annual subscription. So today to start your enhanced Exercise Racing League experience and get the upper hand on your rivals.
Yeah, there's a good three-way battle here between inmate Lewis Hamilton and who is that just in front of him? Is that XRL Lightning? Yeah.
And I'll say Lightning's been losing a bit of pace actually compared to Hamilton. Hamilton's got a very good exit out of Cube 4 and now coming into Blanchimont, that's only about a second. So I could see Hamilton possibly having DRS on the next lap. Going into the bus stop chicane, both guys braking heavily.
Inmate's a bit deep.
Lewis Hamilton went very wide on the exit there. Took a classic karting line. Got into La Source. And again, you've seen XRL Lightning and Hamilton both going over the curbs. Losing a bit of acceleration. An inmate will have seen that and gone, thank you very much. Inmate deploying the curves, Raikkonen style at the top of Eau Rouge and Radion. There goes the DRS flop. But again, he's topping out at 212. So he can't close the gap even with DRS.
I think the thing is, you've got the battle at the front, these four drivers, and I believe Nigel, Kubic's gone down to fourth now, whereas Perez is up to third as the result, so Kubic has lost a bit. But because of the nature of this long track and the rain, if you don't have to get it very much wrong, because it's a 1 minute 50 lap in the middle of a race. That's going to be.
And again, if it rains, it's going to be like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, Hamilton now's got a very good exit off Pouon, and has got very, very close to XRL Lightning coming now into Campus. And big mistake there from Lightning. He'd actually gone wide in the first corner of Campus, and coming into Stavelot, as a result of that, Hamilton's got a much better exit line. Now coming down to the Curve 4 and both guys really keeping the power planted. You can actually go through this part completely flat. It's like being right section 3 of Valencia, only a little more interesting. And as coming towards Blanchimont, he's getting a very good toe here, Hamilton. He's getting a bit too much curve there, XRL Lightning, and he almost spun out. Coming into the bus stop chicane, Hamilton decides he's not going to make the move there, but a lock up from Lightning, so he's a man under pressure. And again, he nearly fishtailed coming out of the second corner of the bus stop chicane. And look at Hamilton now, he's literally about 1.5 tenths behind. Got a junk on his tyres though, and he nearly rear-ended XRL Lightning. He had so much extra pace.
It makes us slowly following, watching this battle. I would expect them both to get past Lightning here.
I agree. I think they're both going to get DRS and use each other to pull each other on track. Hamilton's got a poor exit off Radion there. He took too much curb, and that's put him under threat from Inmate. There goes the flap, but Inmate's topped out again, whereas Hamilton hasn't.
Lewis Hamilton's not using DRS.
Inmate trying to go the long way around into Lake Coombe, and at the same time Lightning's made a mistake, so these three guys are covered by literally half a second, and it's Hammer and Tongs going down towards Bruxelles. It's going quick to the inside Hamilton. There's not been any contact, and that's a fantastic overtake round Bruxelles. Wonderful, but at the same time Lightning's coming back at him down towards Pouon. But he's had to back out of it. Good driving there by the pair of these two. I mean, well, Hamilton had to let him back through, and then they've got to the inside through Pouon.
Yeah, he gave him a nudge. He gave him a nudge at Bruxelles. And yeah, he gave the pace back.
Well, Hamilton paid the price there, but Inmate's got a terrible run through campus, and Hamilton actually tapped his rear end there. Hopefully he's not damaged his diffuser, because that'll affect the downforce on that Sauber. And Inmate now going through the Curve Port Ferret. And look at Hamilton's getting a fantastic tow here through section 3, coming down towards Blanchimont.
Inu is lapping pretty horrendously now, and his knives is all over the back.
Oh, Inmate's weaving all over the track all of a sudden, and Hamilton trying to go around the outside of the bus stop chicane. You can't really do that. And as a result, he's got a poor exit, and Inmate's saved a bit of course to blast away towards the source. Intelligent driving from Inmate, that. And he's actually got very, very close to the back of XRL Lightning. But Hamilton's following him, so these guys may both have DRS again.
This time they're a little bit more spread apart, though.
They are indeed, but the cloud...
With Inmate's gearbox, I don't think he'll catch Lightning up either.
No, I agree with that. He's topping out already. He's taken the Red Bull approach. He's taken the speed off, so he's got more power in the corners, which is fine, providing you're in the lead. If you're not in the lead, it's a horrible experience. I mean, Hamilton's got a better exit from Lake Coombe, and as a result, going down to Bruxelles, he wants to avoid them contacting the cars like he did in the previous lap. Gives them both plenty of room as a result. And coming out at the end of the Bruxelles complex and down towards Pouon, all the guys using as much of that curve as they can get away with. And now the cloud cover's getting quite heavy around here for Blanchimont. So I think we're going to see some rain soon. But Hamilton is keeping these guys honest. These three are the closest cars on track. They are all very, very close. So we are sticking with them. Apologies if you want to see some other action on track, viewers. Well, Hamilton's got a fantastic exit through campus. And now as we're coming towards Stavelot, but at the same time, Inmate's got a great tow behind Lightning. And again, with his extra curve power, he might be able to get around through the bus stop. So going through the Curve Paul de Grande, coming down now towards Blanchimont, getting an excellent tow here is Inmate.
I wanted to get my ice cream, but you know, I can't leave it.
Well, Lightning's made a mistake in Blanchimont, went too wide. And as a result of that, Inmate's... Yeah, exactly, Inmate's getting right close to him. But Hamilton's capitalised there because the mistake from Inmate has got him right under the gearbox of that Sauber. And we know that the gearbox of the Sauber is very, very low. So if Hamilton gets it right through La Source and Eau Rouge and Radion, then he might be able to stick with them, though he's got a slow exit from La Source, so the first one of three's not come off. And look at Inmate, he's so close now, but what's that? What was Inmate doing there? He's completely cut Radion. And again, Hamilton not using DRS.
That gearbox is not good.
Now the three of them again
guys are
running in
their race over this.
Yeah, they are. They're tripping over each other, and that cloud cover's got very, very dark now at the top of the circuit around the Bruxelles complex. So I can see we're going to start seeing warnings of rain, I think, coming through very soon. Into Pouon the Freedom Go. Inmate has a small lock-up, but he doesn't go too far wide. But Hamilton's got excellent acceleration off that, coming down towards campus, and the Inmate goes defensive. Hamilton doesn't get suckered in by that, tries to stick to his own race. And he's nearly spun though, so too much of the inside curve. Hamilton did well to hold that, as all three of them go through Stavelot, synchronised swimming this pretty much. The curve Paul Ferret, a fantastic exit from Inmate there, he's all over the back. He's definitely gone for the one stop. Now look at this, Inmate is all over the back of XRL Lightning. He's going to try and go through Blanchimont. There's no way through there, but if he gets to the inside, Lightning goes defensive to the inside, but he crosses him wide. He goes wide at the bus stop, and he's hit in, mate, and spun him. Zero there was always on the cards for us. Unfortunately, it was looking like it was always going to happen. And now Hamilton is right behind XRL Lightning, so he's going to take as much advantage as he can. Yeah, doing so.
Inmate's been unlucky today. He's had a lot of problems with...
Quite a lot of accidents. Here we go. Finally used the DRS, and what's XRL Lightning doing? Did not give him any room there at all, but Hamilton goes round the outside. And then what was that? Oh, that was dirty driving there from Lightning. He chopped across him through Lake Coombe. XRL Lightning's got the pace, but his attitude, his manners don't seem to be there at the moment.
He's just trying to push drivers out. Trying to push them out of room. You can't really do that.
No, especially around Lake Coombe, that's really unfair. Like you really can't do that. It's a complex of triple corners. It's a flowing circuit, and if you're chopping someone's rhythm like that, you're going to cause an accident. It's great driving from Hamilton to avoid it, but I mean, look at what happened with him, mate. He was unfortunate; he didn't avoid it, so you can't do that too much. If you get a reputation for that, you're going to be in trouble. Up ahead, though, meanwhile, Kubica is in third place, currently following behind Perez, who's now in second. So Perez has done fantastically well here. But Nige looks like to be comfortably in the lead, because like Perez just crossed over the finish line now, and indeed Nige has just cleared the source, so he's got about 6 seconds at the moment. Down the back of the field, Minato is just going through the curve Paul Ferret, and he's on his own in 10th place. In 9th place, we've got F1 Speed, who's just going through Blanchimont, and in the bus stop chicane, a few yards ahead of him is Danny Pearce, 95 for Williams. So committing himself quite well here, Danny Pearce. Inmate is recovering in 7th place as Lewis Hamilton, I think that was, goes wide at La Source and gets a lot of junk on his tyres. So he's dropped off quite severely from XRL Lightning.
Yeah, right. Oh, no. We've got a battle for second and third there.
Yeah, that's Perez and RBX Kubica.
RBX Kubica and the prime tyres are starting to close the gap. And that might just save the Perez that the tyres are getting rolled, but I think he might have a rain warning and doesn't want to go in.
Well, exactly. I mean, look at that skyline there coming out of the top of Pouhon. That is grey and murky. That's Glasgow on the winter day up. 40 days and 40 nights of rain. They're already on 52. But in the meantime, RBX Kubica gets through Stavolo, and then down into the curb A4 Ferret. Oh, a big mistake there from Perez. Mounted the curb, and again. So he's struggling with those tyres. He's definitely not liking them. Makes you wonder how the likes of F1 Nige and Kubica made theirs last so long. In these cooler conditions, it's not going to be nice for Kubica because his tyres have got, and indeed Perez pits.
Oh no! It's going to rain soon. That is not good.
No, it's going to put him right in the middle of the wolf pack. That. Meanwhile, Confused Emu sweeps on through, takes third place as a result of that, and he's now going to be focused on keeping his own race going. That long stint on the prime tyres is working into Emu's hands. XRL Lightning clears the bus stop chicane, approximately 2 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton. Now, interestingly, there is a bit more sunlight on the pit straight, but the cloud cover remains. Ooh, we're in that toss a coin and we'll see which way it lands moment at the moment with regards to the rain.
Yeah. 17 laps to go, so it's going to get into the window rather soon for the rain, I would say. As we have
I agree with you, definitely.
Danny Pearce and F1 Speed quite close out on track. Probably the closest battle out there, though they're not really anywhere near each other.
That's it, yeah, the field has kind of spread out now, so hopefully, while we've got a bit of a spread, I'll go down the fastest laps again. F1 Nige is in first place on a 1:50.0. That's a massive difference, considering that the next fastest person behind him is, surprisingly, Inmate on a 1:50.1305. 1.3 seconds faster than the field, F1 Nige at the moment. Astonishing. In second place, got RBX Kubica. His fastest lap's a 1:51.6. Confused Emu is third on a 1:51.7. Perez, a consistent solid pace, a 1:52.0 in fourth. Lightning is in fifth place. Lightning striking many of the other drivers off the track at the moment on a 1:51.5. Lewis Hamilton at 151.371 in 6th place. The aforementioned inmate in 7th. Danny Pearce 95 on 8th on a 151.6. F1 Speed's not really been bringing the speed to the table today. A 153.2, the slowest of the runners out there. And then TDM Minato had a few difficult incidents in the penalty early on. He's on a 151.9 and bookending the points.
His pace seems to be there though. It's not that far off the majority of the drivers out there, the 151 so,
yeah, exactly. So he's got the pace.
He might be able to catch up to F1 Speed by the end of the race.
There's a long way to go, exactly. And again, we don't know if the rain's going to come in to completely throw a spanner in the works, do we? So anything can happen.
It's such a long lap. It really does make it rather important to get the decision right.
Especially because if you get rain around the likes of Bruxelles and around Pouon, it's very uncomfortable. Ask Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen when they started out on Rise in 2008 there.
Right, well, I'm getting a bit hot, so I'm going to get some ice cream, and hopefully I'll be right back.
I don't know if I should be listening to this conversation, viewers. The guy just told me he's getting hot, so he wants to get ice cream. That's a whole different lifestyle choice.
Be quiet.
That's me told. Well, in the meantime, Lewis Hamilton, 6th place, just come off Lake Coombe now, and he's getting up behind XRL Lightning, both of them going into the Bruxelles long, never-ending corner. It's quite a patient-sapping corner, that. And then they come out of the complex towards Pouon. And again, it's strange as a circuit at the Spa, because you have all these really long corners, and you get moderate pace, and you've got to be really patient with the throttle and really careful with how you drive it. But it's still quite a joy to drive with the car, this. It's absolutely beautiful. And now, coming in towards campus, once again, Lewis Hamilton's catching the pace up here. He's actually quite on the pace of this Williams being driven by Lightning, as Lightning goes wide on the way into Stavelot. So that gives Lewis Hamilton all the aces. There's maybe half a second between them now. Both guys riding too much curve through the Curbe Port Ferret. And now both guys are going to be enjoying, to cut the pedal to the metal and go out as fast as possible towards the bus stop chicane. In between that, though, we have got the great corner of Blanchimont. A blind corner, very fast, high curves. Anything can happen there. And in the meantime, Hamilton's got a great toe down towards the bus stop chicane. He's too far back to make a move there, but he's definitely within DRS striking distance for the next lap.
Yeah, he's all of a sudden caught back up to Lightning then.
Yeah, Lightning's must have had a very poor lap, because there's maybe half a second between them now into the source. And again, Hamilton's taking a much narrower line, avoiding the junk on the marbles, which is very good. And there's maybe half a second between them now as we get towards the detection zone just before Eau Rouge. So the aces are definitely with Hamilton at the moment, going up for Eau Rouge now and into the top of Radion, and he's got an excellent exit there. It's an absolutely wonderful piece of speed. There goes the flap. Now the question is, can he get by? In the meantime, Lightning's starting to weave on the straight there. He was cutting across left and right. I don't agree with that. You can only make one move when you're defending. Coming into Lake Coombe, and the pressure's definitely getting to Lightning because he's getting all over the track and making the car as wide as possible, but also in quite a dangerous manner. What ice cream have you got anyway?
I've got Ben & Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie tonight. It was either that or cookie dough, but I had 2 chocolate fudge brownies, so I have cookie dough tonight.
Ooh, damn you. Well, in the meantime, Hamilton's going through campus, and there's only a few tenths between them as to go down towards Stavelot, and he's got much better traction here by the looks of Hamilton. His car seems to be a lot more hooked up.
Rapid, he lost the back there.
Wasn't Rapid, it was Lightning. Rapid's not here tonight. Now, in the meantime, look at Hamilton now. He's right under the gearbox of that Williams, and now as they come towards Blanchimont, again, you've got to commit to this corner very quickly, and he's so easy to make a mistake here. Indeed, he takes a bit of the curve, but gets a good exit there, does Lightning. Now, coming towards the bus stop chicane, the remodeled, resurfaced one, and he's gone a little wide and locked up, but Hamilton's followed him and got junk on his left rear tyre, so he's going to have less grip at a crucial point of the race. Now, coming down towards the pit straight and down towards La Source, there's maybe 4 tenths between these two guys. These guys are really going for it, hammer and tongs. And there goes the bit of curves from Lewis Hamilton just to try and keep him striking distance. And he's very, very close coming down towards Eau Rouge now. Taking the preferred classic line, sparking the car as much as possible, going over the curbs at Radion. And look at that for closeness. He's going towards the outside, but he's been chopped across by Lightning. Switches to the inside line. The DRS is open. And is he going to make it stick into Lake Combe?
No.
Just sees he's not got enough room on this lap. But again, he's got better traction through sectors 2 and 3 as Hamilton, so I think he'll be looking to maybe try and go through around Campus or Stavelot if possible. But he's got a poor exit line through Bruxelles, unfortunately.
Yeah, just got back a couple of tenths there.
Setting the pace as well, Hamilton. His fastest lap's at 150.7.
Nice.
That's very, very fast pace.
Yeah.
Coming down towards Campus now, and once again, these two very, very close together. Hamilton will be getting a little frustrated now because he keeps getting right within striking distance and then just not being able to get the execution done. I think he's got the same problem Ume has, in that his gearbox is just a little too low. It's because the straights are so long here. If you've got your gearbox too low, you top out so soon. The Red Bulls did that last year in the race itself for real. It's so easy to do. Into Blanchimont, and once again goes a little wide there. Hamilton tries to scrub the speed off the tyres, and then into the bus stop chicane. Oh, he had to get on the anchors so sharply there. Lightning almost caught him out, and they both go into the pits together. Disaster for Hamilton. He really wanted to stay out one more lap and be able to try and jump in the box. So both guys into the garages now. This is a race of the pit crews. Option tyres go on Hamilton's car. Up ahead, the Williams has been held, and Hamilton's got ahead.
Well, that's one way to get past.
Well, Lightning will be furious about that. There's no one wants to lose a race in the pits.
Kind of
so
like the Williams pit crew today, actually.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have a good day at the office today, did they, in Germany? Especially with those tyre guns. Really didn't do very well.
No.
Interesting, despite the cloud cover, the rain's not yet arrived, but there's another 13 laps yet. And with the length of these laps, it only needs to come a few laps from the end to totally change the game. XRL Lightning curiously had DRS, but it was too far back to make it count. And now it's Hamilton who's going to be on the defensive. These guys are very, very close indeed. Just getting ahead to give you a rundown. Perez is on his own in 4th place. Confused Stevie is about 4 seconds adrift of RBX Kubica. And then in 1st, well out in front, is F1 Nige, who's got at least 15 seconds now, I reckon, on anyone else behind him. Minato's on his own in 10th place, just going through Lake Combe now. And F1 Speed's just going around through Bruxelles in 9th. 8th place is where you find Danny Perez, 95. He's just about to go through Pouon, he's on his own as well. So Hamilton and XRL Lightning are the closest cars on track at the moment.
Yeah, Nige just like gained a few tenths a lap, not much, but over the course of the amount of laps we've had, 31 laps, added up.
Does indeed. Now, meanwhile, Lightning's actually fallen away slightly from Hamilton. Going through Blanchimont, there's maybe 1 second between them. It was originally about half a second. So Hamilton's obviously got the hammer down while the grip is there. And again, I think he's expecting the rain to come at some point. So he just wants to burn these tyres out. They will last to the end. As I say, I mean, they have run the prime tyre, these two. So if the rain doesn't come, they won't have to stop again. So they're in kind of the pound seats to keep the positions where they're at, or possibly even get a few positions higher if the rain falls at the right time. Lightning there taking the wide entry through Old Rouge has thrown him off at Radion. Not a very clever way to take that, to be honest. It's so easy to hit the wall there. And again, yeah, he's lost a bit of time on Hamilton all of a sudden. I'm not quite sure where he's losing the time because his laps seem to be quite consistent. So he is driving the Williams, and one thing about the Williams is as the race fuel goes down, it gets less and less stable.
Yeah, I know. I drove that car.
You'll be well positioned to give some informative feedback then, won't you, Bernie?
Yeah, but I just drive on getting given.
Well, in the meantime, again, the field unfortunately has started to spread out a bit now, viewers. We've not really got any real close action on track, unfortunately. The guys have been pounding in the laps. It's been quite enthralling to watch. There's been a lot of action on track. Quite a few incidents to go through as well. It's going to be a long night in the steward's office, I'll tell you that for free. In the meantime, if you are in the lower divisions, be aware that, of course, that we've got GP2 tomorrow evening. And then on the Tuesday night, we've got the GP3 before the double header of F4 and F5000 on the Wednesday, broadcast on both channels, Weswick and on the XRL channel.
Actually, how is Weswick doing? F1 speed in 9th place still. Surprised TG and Nacho haven't really caught him up.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because F1 speed fastest lap isn't that fast. So obviously it shows that he's got the consistency of pace.
Yeah.
And that's more important over a race distance. It's kind of like when you race at Le Mans. Yeah, it's nice to be like 4 seconds quicker in the field, but if you're constantly like have lap variables of 3 seconds difference, you're going to lose the race. Toyota very nearly stole it from Audi this year as part of that reasoning.
They did indeed.
And meanwhile, XRL Lightning's got the DRS on Hamilton, so it's now within a second, and coming through Lady Coombe, Hamilton's taking wider lines, trying to scrub and avoid the marbles and everything else, and keep as much wear off those tyres as possible. But at the same time, Lightning is closing the gap now. It seems that he's found his niche. Maybe the tyres just haven't warmed up, but either way, he feels more comfortable now as to come out of the Bruxelles complex, coming down towards Pouhon, and the track is brightening up. The sun is actually out on the track, so while there's cloud cover, it might be possible it may stay away.
But we wanted the rain.
Well, we've had rain in quite a lot of the F1 races so far. It'd be quite a novelty to where it doesn't rain much, to be honest, anyway. We had that in Hungary last week, so it'd be nice to keep that going. Going now through the Curve of Paul Ferret, and once again, decent exit line there from XRL Lightning as they come down towards Blanchimont on the bus stop chicane. So this complex is just all about how much can you press your foot down on the pedal. Ooh, very nearly spun it there, XRL Lightning. Took too much of the curb, and you could see him getting very nervous and twitchy as he rolled left.
Yeah, everyone's had these turns. Got quite close again.
I mean, look at Lightning's fastest lap time, a 150.0, 149.6 even.
There you go, he is on it. Lewis Hamilton has been acting reasonably well.
That's actually a new fastest lap of the race. So he's definitely on a mission as XRL Lightning. He wants this
Hamilton's
position.
only 2 tenths slower on that lap.
That's impressive. So these guys have both put the hammer down because they're racing each other.
It just shows
Why
there's
not?
a massive gap between the leader and where those guys are. The pace is
Well,
not
XRL Lightning trying to go to the outside at Lake Coombe. Both guys have touched, and then Hamilton's been touched in the second part of Lake Coombe. But XRL Lightning has had to back out. Hamilton goes defensive to the inside for Bruxelles, goes back to the racing line, but XRL Lightning might be trying to undercut him here around the inside of Bruxelles, just because their wheels bang again. These guys have decided they're going to war here, and as a result, going down towards Pouhon now, Hamilton starts chopping and weaving. This is getting quite dangerous. These two have got to be careful. They don't want to get a penalty from this. Through Pouhon now, the pair of them getting very, very dicey indeed. Hamilton's weaving this way and that way. He's not going to let him past. And that is not entirely acceptable, it has to be said. So meanwhile now, XRL Lightning trying to go on the outside of Blanchimont. That's brave, and he's made it stick. That's amazing.
That is.
That's Alonso and Schumacher at the 130R. That was an astonishing overtake.
He's now going to be under pressure though for the source.
That's the problem now, because of course. I know what he's doing here. He's trying to let him back through so he can get the TRS. The gamesmanship didn't work. Hamilton has gone wide and got the junk on his tyres. Well, these guys are going to try and get the victory by hook or by crook here. Through Eau Rouge, Hamilton's right up the gearbox. Look at that. On the top of Radion, he's so very close now. And there goes the DRS flap on Hamilton's car. But the junk on the tyres has slowed him up. Well, who can blame him?
Yeah.
And it's just enough to defend into Lake Coombe, but he's got too much of the curve on the entry there. Hamilton's nearly got spat out, though, on the left-hand side. And as a result, Lightning now is able to pull away down towards the Bruxelles complex.
149.6 by Lightning, 150.1, 149.3 by Emu, who set the quickest after the race now.
Anything you can do, I can do better. But meanwhile, Hamilton now will be seizing at being done that way. It was very fair driving in the end. He did give him room while on the outside of Blanchimont. It's not a place I've ever seen anyone overtake before. And as a result, a big mistake from Hamilton. He's gone wide through Campus chicane, and that's cost him at least a second and a half. He's got too hot and too aggressive, and I think that's game over. A pity, because I was enjoying that.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting for this rain that we're meant to be getting. Where is it?
Well, the cloud cover's there, but the rain, the water's decided it doesn't want to interfere at the moment. Confused Emu now is currently in second place, so he's managed to get past Perez, all totally unseen by us, probably a pit stop related one. And as a result of that, F1 Nice, he's quite far ahead though, because he's already going through the Bruxelles hairpin when Emu's hitting Lake Coombe, and Emu's made a mistake, and he's gone. He went off, hit the wall, and then bounced back onto the track.
A little bit of crazy lag again.
Yep, I thought he'd made a mistake at Lake Coombe and crashed out there. Cue melodramatic shouting into the microphone. That's one criticism I do have of this game. It's quite one of many. Is the lag on it can be a pain in the hole. Sometimes you really don't know what's going on.
The cameraman who got hit today has a broken collarbone and ribs.
Ooh, that I really feel for, because like that job is like everyone's dream job is to be close to the cars and be close to the action, but you don't want to be so close that a tyre hits you like that. That whole thing was a debacle to me, and it just shows how everyone's going on about how they always want to be the fastest pit stops. I remember Red Bull saying one of the aims this year was to get sub 2 seconds, but if it's going to cause people to be hit like that, you know, it's just not worth it in my opinion, because like half a second of race time is not worth someone being injured and hospitalised. So my thoughts are with the guy, because I've done camera duties for a few people, and you know, you do have to get close to the action. You do have to put yourself at risk sometimes, and that's a guy who obviously loves what he does, but has unfortunately paid the price today.
Oh, that's quite bad. Forcing it over now.
Yeah, you can just see where the tyre comes up, and you see all the Mercedes mechanics dive out of the way, literally try and get out of the action, and then bang, it hits him.
It just kicks up and hits him quite near the head.
Well, it's possible it might have hit one of the tyre gun wires or something like that.
Or the tyre guns.
That's what I mean, yeah. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Tyre guns, you've got the jacks, you've got so much stuff that hangs around the pit box. You've got all the cables for those camera traffic light systems they have, so it wouldn't surprise me if it could have even hit cables as part of their camera equipment, so who knows?
Yeah, very true.
I've got to say, today's race was quite a debacle. I mean, Jules Bianchi's car, how the hell did they not move that and prevent it rolling back on the racing line? I don't know.
That is so unsafe when the car was rolling down the hill and then there was a pickup truck like following it. On the rain is starting now to go through the council more than EU.
Oh, well, there we go. That's throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. 7 laps to go. Lap time's about 1:50. That's 14 minutes. The track can get very wet in that time.
Oh,
dear. People like Kubica, who are on the prime tyre, which have been very old and worn as well, they're going to be very nervous. Is this a quick shower? It's also raining on the pit straight, because F1 Nigel's just gone over the line, and there's very light rain there too. Well, evidently they decided it's too much of a procession and they want to get involved now. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, because the traction is going to start dropping away very, very quickly. And Kubica is still in third place, about 5 seconds adrift of Emu, so he's trying to fight on to remain top pole. Sergio Perez, meanwhile, he's really struggling on those tyres in fourth place. I don't know if it's because of moisture or if it's because of wear, but he's really not enjoying it. And down in fifth place, XRL Lightning has suddenly found himself back under renewed attack from Hamilton, and both guys have gone in. Now, this is interesting. Have Hamilton and Lightning decided to go for intermediates here? Well, this could be either the most ingenious call of all time or a catastrophic decision. Let's see what happens. Hamilton's pit box have indeed gone for the intermediate tyres, and ahead of him so has Lightning. Right, well, let's ride on board with these guys. Let's see just how much of a difference it makes, because they are getting some moisture off the track, and indeed it's starting to darken in Sector 1. I think they may have possibly just called an absolute miracle call there. Let's find out as we go through Eau Rouge. Yeah, both guys kept on the gas.
Let's go a bit further down the grid then and see how some of the others are coping with the conditions. And yeah, they've got it right. They've got, oh, Kubit's really struggling now. He's going really slow.
F1 speed's gone onto full wet.
Ooh. I wouldn't go that
far. That's an interesting
blue sky. There's a little blue sky near the end of the lap. He's struggling, but he's absolutely fine.
He'll make it back to the pits here. He'll make it back to the pits now. But look at how gingerly he's taking it through the bus stop chicane. Look at that. That's the slowest I've ever seen him do that corner. Meanwhile, confused Emu, he's gone off at Blanchimont. He's gone off at Blanchimont, but he's managed to come back on before the bus stop chicane. And again, he's doing the same thing, being very careful, very wary. Now, these guys will have lost time, so will any of these guys in like 7th place suddenly find themselves leaping up to 4th? Kubica almost failed to make it back to the pits there. He had to cut back across the track. He had so little grip. And Perez, meanwhile, he's having the same problem. He's having to squirt on the power through Blanchimont. He's been caught out here, and he could very well get gobbled up. If that's the 5th place.
Oh, he might. Well, he got.
Yeah, Lightning's only just going through. Lightning's only just going through Blanchimont now. This is going to be close. XRL Lightning's in 5th place. He's going to come out just behind Perez, I think, but only just. In fact, no. Perez is going to get gobbled up. There goes Lightning, he's gone through.
Perez goes full wet.
Well, that's interesting. Let's follow Perez then. Hamilton is just coming out. Oh, look at that, for close. That's unbelievably close between these two. And, well, Perez had to let Lightning through there. He couldn't risk it. Oh, and Perez, I'm not sure if this is the right call. Having said that, he seems to get a better ride off Radion. And he is kicking a lot of water up. Perez may have decided to skip the tyres completely and pulled off an absolute masterstroke. Indeed, Lightning is struggling through Les Combes. And behind them, Lewis Hamilton's gone off. Perez has called it absolutely perfectly. And F1 Speed, who went straight to the wets immediately, he might do exactly the same thing on these guys. And all of a sudden find it, this is the problem with wet weather on this game. It's a complete lottery. You really have to get it right.
Yeah, but have a look at the sky. Look at the sky now. Blue skies are now coming out again.
But look at the amount of rain. Just because of the blues. Don't you remember in Malaysia in the F1 race here in this division, where it was completely blue sky and started raining in qualifying?
9 pits from into the wet tyres. Now, Emu's already on the wets. This could be...
Emu's done it perfectly. He's going to steal the lead. I think he's just about going to steal it.
Because...
Oh, Nigel's just leaving his box now.
Into
La Source hairpin. Here comes Emu going through La Source. Nigel's just going over the line. Look at that. Maybe half per second, but Emu's tyres will be up to temperature. Nigel's won't. Emu started to deploy the curves. All this will be brave. Oh my God! Oh, that was always going to happen. Both guys are bang wheels. And out of Radion. Well, I'm not sure if that was completely legal from Emu there. But look at Nige now, and he's suddenly got much better grip through Les Combes. But look at the rain here. Would you want to risk intermediates here?
It's still raining enough, isn't it?
Well, we can finally show you some action at the front lead, viewers, because F1 Nige is right up behind confused Emu. Just gone through Bruxelles. Nigel will be furious. This is the last thing. It happened to him positively at Hockenheim.
He will not believe it.
It's a complete reversal. Hockenheim, the same thing happened. Emu had a minute lead, got the rain tyres called, lost the race to Nige. All of a sudden, it looks like Nige had the same problem. He got a very good run through Pouhon there, and into Campus, he's had to back off purely because of Emu's pace. But again, this is changing all the time. The conditions are so hard to read. And as a result of that, F1 Nige going through Stavelot, keeping very, very close to Emu as they go.
I'm going to quickly go back and then get back to the front again. We've got Kubica in third on his own. fourth place. We've got Perez now coming into the corner about 5 seconds behind. Inmate has jumped up to 5th. Good call, I think, on the strategy. Lightning's in 6th. 7th is Lewis Hamilton with F1 Speed in 8th. He's right behind Lewis Hamilton. Danny Pierce in 9th. TDN Minato last, who's now leaving the pits for wet. So
F1 Nige, meanwhile, is very, very close behind Emu as they cross the start-finish line coming into last source. Now, Nige is looking up the inside. I think he's going to try and make a move here. Oh, he's gone for the inside corner. Both guys are giving each other room, and that was good driving in the end. Emu just about able to run it round the outside to retain the lead, but Nige is getting frustrated. He's not very happy about what's happened. Look at the amount of rain for Eau Rouge now. This is absolutely shocking. This guy's driving on the N25 behind a truck with the amount of spray that's been thrown up. Now, in the meantime, getting down the straight here now, Nige not got the speed on Confused Emu.
You look at the runoff areas, especially here, you know, there's quite big puddles on the runoffs. It is still raining, so I can't see any.
Oh, Nige has gone wide at the exit of Lacombe.
Oh, he has,
and that Emu's pulled a little out.
Well,
right about the runoffs. Look at the side of Brussels there. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought the F1 game would have done puddles off the track like that. What will they think of next?
Before. Here we go. The track where it's the part where it's so easy to go off. Poo on. Look at the amount of water there. If you get that wrong, well, we saw what happened with Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton. They both did that in 2008, and Raikkonen went into the wall. So the history is there. The precedent is there to be careful and show respect to the track limits at this point.
Now, qualifying between the two on the low fuel, there were 9 thousandths of a second between the guys. So, you know, they're very, very evenly matched on the low fuel, which is what it is now, effectively. So,
and it's raining.
Yeah. It's quite similar to qualifying conditions, apart from it is wet, not intermediates, but...
Well, Nige is not afraid to use the curbs there, going through Blanchimont. He's still put his car onto it. That's very, very brave driving. And into the bus stop chicane, indeed, he's not giving up and avoiding the curbs. So he's definitely got the blinkers on, the helmet's down. He's definitely doing all he can to try and get after Confused Emu and take that place back. We're into the final 3 laps now, viewers. There's so little time left on the clock. Can Nige make the move go through, just like Kimi Raikkonen tried to do today at the Nürburgring on Sebastian Vettel? Going up for Eau Rouge, both guys keeping it planted very powerfully there.
Nige, I don't think he's got Pers. I don't think Nige's got Pers, you know.
Well, he's used all his cars. His cars bar's empty.
Yeah, but it was empty by... It was empty about just before Eau Rouge.
Oh, good driving by the back marker there. The Red Bull got completely offline and waited, almost like he was pulling into a parking space. Absolutely beautiful driving. Totally got out of the way. Wonderful. Especially during... Oh, mistake from Nige.
Just lost it.
Lost all traction there. It was like he lost the rear end. And Emu scampered away. And Lewis Hamilton's decided to retire. He got points.
Why just throw away points? I don't quite understand that. 3 laps away from the end of the race.
Do it in reverse if you have to, but get the points. That was a stupid mistake. What was he thinking? F1 Speed's now promoted to 7th. Again, I mean, hey Lewis, what happened, mate?
Yeah, I locked my brake and for the last corner went straight into the barrier and then lost my front wing. There's no point carry on. Then.
Don't you go back to the pits, change with same tyres?
Yeah, no, just have a shit race anyway. A rubbish race.
Not
really. I've got quite a lot of complaint of Rapid for some reason. I don't know. He said I keep going wide, exploring the... Yeah.
Well, we will have incidents we will have a talk about post-race. There are a few things that we do have to talk about.
Between me and Rapid?
We're not naming any names on the stream because we don't do that. What we will say is that there's a few incidents all throughout the field that will be discussed, so you get your chance to put your piece across there. But other than that, I mean, your pace seemed pretty solid and you seemed pretty powerful on the car. So disappointed to not get a points finish.
Yeah. Well, I could go a bit quicker, but I just mess around with the setting and then screw up the race pace, my race strategy. So Yeah.
Oh well, I hope you have better luck in Monza and we'll see you down next week.
Yeah, mate. See you a bit.
In the meantime, F1 Nige just going through Bruxelles, a driver there who was clearly not very happy. Going through the Bruxelles complex down towards Pouon. I think Nige has realised this race has got away from him. He's about 3 seconds adrift of Emu, and unless Emu makes a mistake, it's unlikely he's going to be sneaking that lead mark. But interestingly, the rain started to slacken around Pouon, but then pick up again around Campus. This is just, again, it's completely random. It's hard to know where the rain's coming from. Nige nearly goes off the track, actually. Nearly skates off at Campus. Very lucky to avoid going into the gravel there. And again at Stavolo, all of a sudden the grip's gone from these wet tyres as the rain started to stop in the Courbet Portray. So all of a sudden, these guys might find themselves on the back foot here on the final lap.
Who have we got in P3? We have RBXQ Victories about half a minute down on these guys.
So they're no threat there, but the question is, are they going to make a mistake and do some damage to the car? Because Emu's struggling as well.
If Mr. Emu spins the car, that's all it takes.
Well, exactly, it only takes a small thing like that, and both guys struggled through the bus stop chicane. And you can see the rain has stopped. This is now pretty much Inter's conditions. All of a sudden, obviously it's too late in the race to stop and change the tyres, so you're going to have to stick with it for these guys. But needless to say, here we go, going through Eau Rouge. Would you want to take it full throttle?
No.
Yep.
No from
Have you seen
Nige?
No. Yeah, have you seen Nige trying to go through it? The answer is definitely no. I think actually Kubica's gone into the pits in third place. There was someone in the pits behind. Yeah, Kubica's gone into the pits. Why would you do that? You might as well just stick it out for one lap. Oh, meanwhile, Perez has gone completely off in the bus stop chicane. He's not going to make it back to the pits.
Oh, Nige nearly loses it there. These are not the tyres anymore. They are struggling.
Well, yeah, going through the Bruxelles complex, there's actually a drying line forming through Bruxelles, would you believe?
Oh, Nige is really struggling here.
Get off the dry line, Nige. Your tyres won't work there. Into Pouon. Good luck. The Queen and Country, onwards to glory. Oh, he's nearly spun it through Pouon. And he's nearly spun it again. He'll be very, very nervous under that helmet. He can't wait for this race to end. Emu's gone off! Emu's gone off at Campus, and unbelievably Nige, providing he can be gentle enough with the throttle, will be able to steal victory on the final lap. Jenson Button versus Sebastian Vettel at Canada. This race has had everything. It's recreated so many classic incidents from real life. Unbelievable. F1 Nige, how has he managed to do that? You can probably say there's a lucky award, and he's probably going to win it, because look at the drying line through Blanchimont. Emu tries to go around at full pace, that's not going to work. And Emu will be furious, angry, livid, disgraced. Choose your word, they all apply, because he's thrown away certain victory, and F1 Nige, unbelievably, after all the mistakes, comes through to take the checkered flag.
Unbelievable. I really thought he had done it there.
And ABS Kubica, he's coming through now through Blanchimont on his own. It's drying line there now. You can actually feel the option tyres and make it round, surprisingly. That's unbelievable. And needless to say, he's on his own. He's got no one near him. So all he's going to do is not do what Emu did, make it through the chicane and finish the race. So going around the final corner of the bus stop now, and Kubica...
He's lapped about 10-12 seconds quicker this lap.
Yeah, and he's slowing down, saying hi to the pit crew. And all that usual jazz. XRL Lightning stayed out on the wets, is in 4th place. Behind him in 5th place is Perez. I think actually Perez has been done by Lightning. Lightning's found a way by. Both guys are on the wet tyres, both using the wet route of the track as possible. Into the bus stop chicane, both guys being ginger. Look at the dry patch there. Perez went rally crossing to get across that. And indeed behind them, I think that was F1 Speed. No, it wasn't actually, it was a lap car who'd struggled to make the corner as well. F1 Speed just coming through Blanchimont now. He's in 7th place, taking it very slowly through Blanchimont. Wise. Into the bus stop chicane. I think he's going to be the final person to cross the line here. Or maybe one of the Red Bulls is still on track. Look at the drying patch around the bus stop chicane there.
In
He
race,
lights up the rear tyres.
you're an
And
idiot.
skids over the line.
F1 speed, is that... Not being
F1
silly,
sp-
not being silly, but if he didn't spin, he might have actually gone up in position because Inmate's got a 20-second ahead.
Exactly, so Inmate's got a penalty and been demoted to 6th place. XRL Lightning does a fantastic job to come 4th. Wonderful performance there. TDM Minato on debut finishes a lap down in 9th. And, well, Lewis Hamilton DNFs, so technically gets nothing. Well, let's get the podium guys in so we can have a quick post-race interview. I'm sure they'll be quite used to say.
Yeah, Emu will not be happy at all. Something like that was going to happen, though.
Well, F1 Nige, a race that pretty much had absolutely everything. Tossed and turned all over the place with conditions that were up and down worse than the elevation changes to Spa itself. How was that race for you?
Well, for most of it was pretty simple, to be honest. I mean, I basically controlled it, and then obviously the rain came. Emu made a pretty bold move going straight into the wet, which turned out to be the better option. And then obviously he got past me. From there, he was basically trying to catch him up. I ended up overdriving the car, making mistakes, and then final lap I seen him run wide at the right-hander, and luckily enough got past and took the win. But I mean, fair play to Emu. He made one hell of a move in the pits.
Well, as I say, it was a tough race on track there, so well done, Nige. So, Emu, a race that's pretty much slips away from you. How was it for you?
Yep, cocked it up.
It was like the conditions seemed to suggest that with the final 3 laps, all of you were really struggling with the conditions. Was it really that hard to keep the car on the straight and narrow?
Well, the last lap was into. Maybe in hindsight it should have appeared, but I wouldn't have been anywhere near Nige without the rain anyway, so I'll take second.
Well, it's good to see. It's good sportsmanship. Thank you very much. Well, finally, Kubica. An interesting race overall. What was your perspective?
Didn't have the pace really. I was quite surprised that I was in second for like 30 laps of the race, but obviously I had to concede because Emu was like ridiculously fast, and I was on the slower tyre. I was only ahead of him because I was on the fast tyre at the start, so I had to concede obviously to second because obviously Nige and Emu are in a league of their own, so I don't mind finishing third, to be fair.
So it was a race that was exciting, it was a race that was close, and ultimately F1 Nige, it's your 7th one. Are you aiming for more of the same in Monza?
Yeah, I think it's 9th win. Just to correct you, might be wrong, but I think it's 9. But I mean, Monza, it's one of those tracks where everyone basically runs the same setup. It's more a case of, how good are you under braking and getting your gear changes right. That's about it round there. It's probably my least favourite race on the calendar, but I'll still do my best.
Well, as I say, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all very much for driving. You've all been very cool. So, of course, the rest of this week, Monday night, you've got the GP2 race. Tuesday night, there's the GP3. And then there's a double header on Wednesday of the F4 and F5000. Next Sunday, of course, we are back at Monza in Italy for the end of the European season before we fly off to the final flyaway races. We'll see you all there next week. Good night.
Over which team you drive for during the following season. Setup and strategy advice from one of our own F1 Division drivers. Entry into the monthly competition is included with great prizes to be won each month. This includes the chance to win prizes from our sponsors, GT Omega Racing and GamesPod.co.uk. 800 Microsoft points are also available to be used for creating your very own XRL gamer tag, but it doesn't end there. You'll also get entry into the XRL Fantasy F1 League competition. There's also a 10% discount on all store items, the Members Zone and Premium Forum privileges, and also some exclusive podcasts and newsletters. All of this and more can be yours for just $2.49 a month. of $24.99 for an annual subscription. Sign up today to start your enhanced Excite Racing League experience and get the upper hand on your rivals.